Hello, Jared here, and wow, it's been a long time. I just had to check my YouTube timeline history, and I think the last video I uploaded was almost a year ago. So these things are slowing down, and I'm starting to realize they're just getting further and further apart, so I apologize for that. But hey, I made it back, and I thought it was time for another one of these videos, because obviously a lot's happened, a lot's coming up. So, without further ado, let's get this thing rolling. So a quick thing I wanted to point out was the speed paint that you have in front of you is one of the first drawings I've done in a couple weeks because I've been pretty busy the month of June. But I kind of struggled on the speed paint, so be gentle. I went through a lot of editing and just rehashes. I couldn't figure it out what I wanted. But I was actually in a conversation with someone regarding sick cats, and I brought up my cat's Pixel and Helix, and it just got me thinking, damn, I haven't drawn them in a while, like a long time actually. So I thought I would give them another shot. So this is Theo and Nellie from the comic, based off of my past deceased cats, Pixel and Helix. So I thought I would just do something a little calming and sentimental. I guess it's another snow shot. It ended up being similar to that Arlo one I made, but a little bit different vibes and tone. But you can watch that as I continue to ramble in this video. So over the last year since my last video, life has been a little weird. There's been a lot of things that have happened career-wise, freelancing. I'm kind of all over the place. I am fine, everything's okay, but it's just been a little stressful. But the one thing that has not stopped is the comic. And even since that video, I've been to MFF, where I had a great debut. That was the first time I've ever been to MFF in Chicago. I got to meet my publisher. And I also gave a panel out there as well on storytelling and comics. And just to let you know, aside from that, I will be at Anthrocon 2023 in Pittsburgh on June 29th to July 2nd, July 3rd, something like that. And I'm also giving the same panel there. And I also have download links for that panel afterwards, but I kind of show how I approach comics, steps that can help you get started, kind of the whole shtick. But, it was kind of on my bucket list. I always wanted to kind of get out there and help people. That's why I kind of made these videos in the past. Well, instead of just the internet, let's do it in real life. So that's been fun. I'm glad I got approved by both panels. They approved me. And then I have 2 tables at Anthrocon along with my publisher, who told me, I guess they're going to have another 5 or 6 tables. They said we're going to have 8 total tables at Anthrocon related to my brand and the publisher and other brands. So we're kind of a fortress going to this thing. So that's pretty cool. Also, in a slightly related note of cartoon cat comics, I did just get back from Burbank, California, where I was invited to a very special party for the Lackadaisy crew and rap party. I was a +1 of a friend who was the brand and technical manager for Lackadaisy, and I got to meet an incredible amount of awesome, talented people. You know, I met Tracy Butler, I met Ashley Nichols, Michael Kovac. I don't necessarily deeply follow some of them, but I knew who they were, and it was cool. And I hung out with a group for a while. We got lunch, breakfast, whatever, but did a little sightseeing in West Hollywood. But it was a really, really cool experience. It was very humbling, and it was very, very amazing just to see all the hard work that everyone gave to that. And it was an honor for me to be a part of it. So definitely something to shoot for. Maybe not 1920s stuff, but maybe I'm going for that 50s, 60s shtick, that Googie Jetsons land, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it was great. I had a lot of fun, and I'm back, and I'm just gearing up for Anthrocon. So as far as the comic is concerned, a lot has happened since the last video. A lot's been drawn. In short, I would say, I believe there's 2 big sections left, or two scenes left of Volume 2. My goal is to get the book done by the end of the year. It might stretch past that just a little bit, but one scene I'm thinking is going to be 5 to 7 pages tops. and the next scene I'm predicting 15 to 20 pages. It's a very, very long scene. So, again, I hope to get it done by the end of the year. If it stretches into like January, February, that's okay. But my main goal is to have Volume 2 in print on sale by next year's Anthrocon. So I'm really hoping I can hit that. Don't quote me on that. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I really, 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 really want that to happen. But that's basically where I'm at with the book. And as far as what's happened since then, I'll go ahead and throw up, I guess, 8 slides because it's been forever. I don't want to give too much away, but we're starting to see pieces of the story moving. We're seeing what's going on with the characters. The pace is getting picked up a little bit. And a little bit more with Arlo, a little bit more with Enzo. And if I haven't said this before, Volume 2 is mainly more of a character piece. It's a character building volume, really catching you up to speed where the characters are at. And I'm setting all that foundation and groundwork. But what you're seeing is those early parts of the story that are going to, I guess, blossom into more of the more action-oriented pieces. Because Volume 3, I do plan to be quite action-oriented. There's definitely a few set pieces in there that are going to be very difficult to draw. I'm going to have to commission probably a few ships, if that doesn't give you a little bit of insight. And I have actually begun the script of Volume 3. And I already have the opener, which I'm really excited to do. I'm very satisfied with the opener, and I'm making a few callbacks to the very first volume. I'm thinking in my mind that it's clever, and like, oh, aren't I clever? But we'll find out. You might judge me and tell me I'm an idiot, but that's okay. I'm learning. But yeah. So yes, groundwork on Volume 3 has already been broken, and I can't wait to get to that, and that's when everything really does kick into high gear. I also just realized that it's been so long since my last video. I had been discussing about getting published. Well, guess what? There's this thing I have called a book on sale, and I'll put the description down below, and if you want, you can buy a hard copy of Cashmere Sky Volume 1 and have it shipped directly to your door. Yay! We did it. Crowd goes wild. Yeah, so yes, I have a book on sale. If you want to support me, please buy it. It's a lot better than saying, like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button. I said I'd never say that again, but I just did. But I said it satirically, so that doesn't count. But I digress. Anywho, if you aren't aware, I do have a Patreon if you want to support me through there and have access to more content, more behind-the-scenes stuff, have first access to things before the rest. You can join. There's a link down below as well. One thing I'm still deciding on, and I don't know if I'm ready to pull the trigger on this yet. If you want to leave a comment, what your thoughts are. I do have a Discord server completely assembled and built. I just don't know if I can fire it yet because I don't know if I can give the time to it, which is what I'm really worried about because I already give a lot of time to other places on Discord. But if that is something that interests current patrons or anyone that would be considering joining Patreon, leave a comment down below if that interests you. But I just wanted to throw that out there, kind of get any feelers if anyone has an opinion on that. Again, no promises if I'm ever going to launch it, but it is on standby. So that just about covers it. Even though there's been about a year gap between the last video, I didn't want to make this one too long. I just wanted to cover all the bases, get everyone up to speed, let them know where the comic's headed, where I'm headed. And I hope to see you guys at upcoming cons, maybe a panel, I don't know. Maybe you'll be a future Patreon subscriber. But but other than that, oh God, am I going to say it again? Like, comment, subscribe, tap the like button. Just a little tap, little tappy tap. And I'll see you next time. Later.